Hi, my name's Sam Appleby, and this is my beta pre-work interview or video submission. So for the first question, I'd like to say that my junior year of college, in my comparative politics class, we were assigned a group project where we'd have to build a country and its government from scratch, whether it be a democracy, monarchy, aristocracy, or any other type of government that you might imagine. Almost every group in the class went in very different creative directions. After a week or so of building our government, each group was given the opportunity to present their new country to the entire class. Our professor told us that after each group presented, uh, there would be a vote, and the group that got the highest amount of votes would get an extra 5% added to their grade. My group worked extremely hard on it outside of class multiple times, which was technically only an in-class project. Um, we worked extremely hard on it and ended up receiving the most votes in the class, and ended up getting a 96 on the project. We all felt really great that we received such a good grade, especially since one of our group members said that he was really struggling in the class and could really benefit from a good grade on this project. A significant challenge that I recently faced is when I was also a junior in college. I was on the club hockey team all 4 years, and my junior year, very early on in the season, we lost our two best players to season-ending injuries. Not only did our chances of having a good season seemingly go down the drain, but our team really didn't have much hope at all for succeeding that year. Instead of rolling over and crumbling, our team really rallied together, and we ended up winning our regular season league and going on to win the championship as well. This experience really inspired me to never give up hope, especially on a group or a team, because it's amazing what a group of people can accomplish when their backs are against the wall and are motivated to fight and work together. I've always really been interested in teaching, especially in a low-income area. I grew up in a suburb of Washington, D.C., which is a very privileged area, and I went to a very privileged school, which I am extremely grateful for. And growing up in such a privileged area, I always had the urge to give back to low-income areas, especially because of the vast social inequality in my hometown of D.C. I was lucky enough to have many opportunities growing up to help people in low-income areas, including field trips and different community service activities through school. And every time I'd volunteer, the highlight was always seeing the happy faces on the people we were helping. My sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school, we went to various cities for 1 week for my concert choir, and always sang at public and charter inner city schools, and it always felt so good watching kids, especially with bright smiles on their faces, especially when you know that they've had a rough go of it throughout their life. Um, I hope to have a really large impact on many kids as a beta. Most importantly, I would love to help to get some kids into college and to further pursue their education. The biggest thing I could ask for my students is their effort to improve each and every day. No matter the student's starting point, I just want to see effort and improvement from them every day. And lastly, in the new Jim Crow article by Michelle Alexander, it was a very striking article that I was aware of some of it, but was definitely unaware of all of everything that was stated in the article. I paused at the end of the third paragraph, where it states, "We have not ended racial caste in America, we have merely redesigned it," because I couldn't agree more with the statement. It's a very bold statement, but it's put in such a concrete and concise manner that really, really catches your eye and makes you think. The comparison of an African American in the Jim Crow era to a convicted felon is a very harsh reality that our country has very unfortunately moved away from. Finally, a question that I would really like to ask Michelle Alexander is how she has the motivation and commitment to keep fighting for racial justice and equality when society just keeps trying to maintain social inequality and injustice. Really, it's very inspiring to see someone work so hard to fight for what they believe in. Thank you, and I hope to see you on an interview day.